you're looking to add a subtle and more aggressive and modern touch to your 2019 and newer Silverado 1500 while improving visibility and safety, these Raxium Axial Series LED mirror lights with a smoked lens are going to be a sharp upgrade. They're perfect for Silverado owners who want a clean, stealthy look and brighter lighting over the dull stock amber lenses. What stands out on these right out of the box is going to be the full LED setup. Compared to the factory incandescent bulbs, these LEDs are brighter, quicker to respond, and much more noticeable, especially in low light conditions or any bad weather. They function just like your factory mirror lights, operating as turn signals and marker lights, but they do it with a much crisper and modern LED glow. The smoked lens is what really is going to give these the edge in the looks department, and it tones down the appearance during the day without sacrificing brightness when they're lit up. So you're getting a nice, slick, blacked out style without having to give up safety or function. These are going to be great for anybody that's trying to black out the truck or just looking to upgrade the overall appearance. Plus, with these being LEDs, you're not going to have to worry about changing bulbs, which is going to save you maintenance in the long run, and these are built to last much longer than halogens. These LED mirror lights feature a durable ABS plastic housing paired with that smoke lens that are made to be UV resistant and prevent cracking over time. The LED themselves are built into the sealed unit, so you're getting a full weatherproofing against rain, dirt, and dust. The design fits directly into your factory mirror housing without modification, and it's going to give you a plug-and-play installation, which we'll show you here in a minute. There's going to be no splicing or any custom work needed. This means you're going to get to keep that clean, factory-style fit and finish while upgrading to something that looks way more custom. Now, as far as pricing goes on these, they're coming in right around that $60 price range. For an LED lighting upgrade that improves both style and visibility for your truck, this is a budget-friendly option that makes a noticeable difference. Installation is nice and straightforward, so it's going to get rated just a 1 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter, and you can have this installed in 30 minutes or less of your time. Now let's see exactly how that install process goes with an install video from one of our American Trucks customers.
To do this install, I have a flashlight, a plastic wedge tool, which isn't necessary, but it's optional, but it does help to get some of the parts taken off. A pick tool would also work as like a really small, long flathead screwdriver, some pliers, and a T15 Torx 15 screwdriver. So to start, I found it was easiest to go into the truck, open up your window, what you want to start with is, so you're just gonna push the mirror down with your hands with the truck off, okay? If you look all the way up in the top there are these little clips in here that you can use your tool. There's 3 on the top and 3 on the bottom, and you just kind of pull some pressure back on the mirror, not too much, while you pull these clips back with this little pick tool. It should pop right out. See these little clips, there's 3 of them. Once you get the top 3 undone, there's the bottom 3. So can you see that? See these are the clips. One here, and then one on the left and the right. Once you get the top 3 kind of pried out gently, and the mirror popped out, you should be able to kind of push the mirror down, like wiggle the mirror out. Yep. So then that's how the mirror looks when you pop it off. This truck has the blind spot monitoring and the mirror heat. I'm just gonna keep those plugged in. I'm gonna take these little wire clips, just give myself a little more room to work. I'm gonna pop these out just so I can pull this mirror out to the side. Get that plug. So this side is a little bit different than the passenger side, but these plugs just wiggle loose. I should be able to leave the mirror just like that. Now you have 2 T15 Torx screws, one here and one here you need to take off. And it's the same thing on the passenger side. They're both the same size, so they're interchangeable, so you don't have to worry about keeping these screws separate. How this goes, there are 3 clips in here. There's 1, 2, you can see enough, yeah, you can brighten it up if you need to. You have 1 on the left, 1 on the right, and then 1 on the bottom left way down here, right there. So the way these clips work, I have a picture of them on the other side, is they spread apart once they're pushed in, so you have to kind of squeeze them to kind of pop this out. So pulling a little pressure on this black plastic piece, this matte black plastic, you can kind of bend these in. What might help is use like a little plastic pry tool and get it in the seam here and gently pop that out. Did you see what I did there? Down here. So I put it right in the seam here and I just kind of twisted to pop it out, and then I come up on the seam kind of along the edge just to get those pins to pop. Yep. Once those 3 brackets are popped, it's a little easier if you push the mirror backwards, just like that, and this whole piece should come right off. And then there is a way to slide the mirror right through. So once you get that like that, turn your mirror back to the normal position. This part just slides out, the puddle light and the camera. That just slides out, and then you notice how these tabs kind of slide into this bezel. See how it's sliding? So if you close the mirror a little bit, it should slide out. This whole piece will pop off. You might have to kind of mess with those bottom pieces. Take the whole bracket. There it is. Just like that. Makes this slide out a lot easier. Okay. Once that's out, you're just gonna unplug these. This is the light that we're replacing. So these are the task lights on the Silverado. Just kind of wiggle that connection loose. And then you have the whole front of the mirror. I have my little pry tool or a flathead screwdriver. And I'm just gonna kind of push with my finger back on this tab and then lift up the light with my pry tool. So it might help with my thumb. Once you get that one loose, then the whole light just pops right out. It just slides out those clips, just like that. And there's the stock task light for this is a 2022 Silverado 1500. And you take the matching light for the driver's side. These are labeled, there's a small L in the top corner for the left side, and the right side has a small R there. It's kind of hard to see. So there's only one way these can go in because you have 2 tabs on one side and 1 on the other. So you put it in, and all you gotta do is push till it snaps. And now your new light is in, just like that. So we'll go back over and plug it back into the truck. So first thing you need to do is plug in the new leads. You have 1 red wire and 1 black wire on the stock harness of the truck. So obviously red to red. Now these leads don't go all the way into this connector. So one of the optional tools I have on this install is a roll of electrical tape. Just for some peace of mind, because these don't really slide all the way in. This black lead does have a little cover to keep it from making contact and shorting out with the red positive lead, but I threw some electrical tape on there just to make sure. I found it easier to use these pliers here to kind of grab these things because it's very difficult to actually get a good grab. You gotta kind of pull back this little blue booty. There we go. To get this black one installed. Really difficult to get your fingers around, so I use these pliers to kind of grab, and they actually do snap in a little bit. You can hear that click. And then you put that little blue cover up, and then I'll wrap some electrical tape around that just to kind of make sure these don't come undone. Alright, I'll get some electrical tape, we'll wrap that up, and then we'll put it all back together. So I'm just wrapping up this connection with some electrical tape because it's not like the stock Chevy connector. So this just makes me feel a little better about these wires coming loose. Or not coming loose because they haven't taped up. Now to put everything back together, we have our new connection here. We have the mirror folded into the truck, which makes it a little bit easier to get this first piece on. You kind of want to start on the hinge part because this is the part that kind of makes things a little difficult getting on. So you see how the plastic kind of lines up right here. Once you get it kind of in position right there, I found it easier to kind of start swiveling the mirror out. So that way, now you have this plastic kind of captured in this hinge. It was really difficult to get it through when it was in the outright position here. And then these tabs need to slide in behind here. So this, you're gonna kind of spend some time just kind of messing with it, trying to get everything in position. So you might have to kind of manipulate the mirror housing, like fold it in or unfold it to get that plastic piece to snap in. But what you want to do is you come over here, you want to make sure all your plastic seams are lined up so there's that seam right there. So you might have to kind of manipulate this side to kind of snap it in. So once you have this whole piece, this whole assembly back together, open up your mirror. Just watch out for the actual mirror. You have your puddle light in your camera module right here, so that lip, just want to make sure it rests on there, and then it kind of just slides in, and there are these little hooks that kind of capture it. So once that's in place, now you can get that other bezel in place. So we just have to slide our mirror through, and then there's a little tab right there. You can kind of see it right where the tip of my finger is. So once you get that back there, it just kind of falls into place. And here are those little clips that we had to break, or not break, but pop off before, if you want to zoom in. There's 3 clips just like this. One here, and then one on the inside top left or top right corner. So you gotta just push those 3 clips back in till they snap. Kind of push it in until it all snaps together, and then before you put the mirror back in, you just need to screw in those 2 T15. So the first one goes right up here, and the next one goes right down here. Put that plug right here for the mirror, so snap that in, and then you just gotta put the mirror back. So it's these 6 clips right here. So 1, 2, 3 on the bottom, 1, 2, 3 on the top. So when I removed the mirror earlier, I was just using that little pry tool to pry these top 3 clips up just enough while I was pulling on the mirror, just to kind of get them past these. And then once these top 3 are loose, you can kind of push the mirror down and the bottom 3 just pop right out. So putting it all back together, you want these metal springs to go around this black plastic here. And you want to just make sure you index those clips in these slots here, the same ones that they were in before. And then you just got to kind of work your way all the way around in every position and make sure it's fully snapped in. Every corner. And that should do it. And then that's your install.
All right, that's gonna wrap up our review and install of the Raxium Axial Series LED mirror lights with a smoked lens for the 2019 and newer Silverado 1500. And for all things Silverado, Keep it right here at American Trucks.